Thank you. Senator Hoeven.
Madam Secretary, thank you for joining us today. This administration, when it came into office, put a moratorium on leasing on all federal lands, both onshore and offshore. Now in April, the administration has said that it would resume leasing, but that would only be on 20% of the available acreage, only 20% of the available acreage, and at the same time, you increase the royalty fees for production by 50%. Right now, the price of gasoline average in the country is over $4.50 a gallon. Diesel's another $1 higher. There's not a single state in the country where the price of a gallon of gas is less than $4, and some of the forecasts are that that price could go as high as $6 average across the country this summer. Think of the impact that has on everybody. And it hits low-income people the hardest. And that energy cost isn't just a cost they pay at the pump. That energy cost is in every single product that they buy every day. So my question is, why are you not allowing more leasing on federal lands to help?
Senator, thank you so much for the question. And of course, I've talked a few times during this hearing about how much I understand what the majority of Americans are going through. So thank you for that. I just want to say that we are working toward a balance on our public lands. The reforms that we implemented with the last, the 80% that you refer to, was the fact that during climate change, of course, that enters the picture. We don't want leasing in fragile ecosystems and so forth, but leasing can take place near places where infrastructure already exists. And where there's a potential to find oil. As you might know, a lot of leases currently don't really have the potential to produce. So we worked very hard to make sure that we were offering the lands that we felt would be of the most use to the industry.
Where's the balance when you're not allowing any drilling offshore, and where onshore it's only 20% that you're even allowing? Before we even talk about how your regulation is holding up the ability to get permits, even on the leases that you've awarded. How is that balance at a time when this country desperately needs the energy?
Senator, if I could just say that there is more than 20.6 million acres of federal land that oil companies have on which to request permits. We've approved more than 4,700 drilling permits since President Biden came into office, 1,100 in this year alone.
In many cases, though, where they have those leases, either A, you haven't approved the permits, and then in cases where you have, they're being held up in court, which is why you need to continue to make leases available and permit them so that they can drill them. The production is going down. You understand that, right? In my state alone, we were at 1.5 million barrels a day. We're now down below 1.1 million barrels a day. And on the BLM, and we have BLM land, and on the BLM land lease sale that you announced, there's only 600 acres available in North Dakota. Doesn't that disenfranchise us in North Dakota and continue to put people of this country under strain at the pump because they can't get oil and gas, and under strain for all the other products that they buy? And how is that remotely balanced? And how can you continue to say that these leases are available when they're not, for the reasons I just articulated?
Senator, I recognize that our country is going through an era right now where we're barely coming out of the COVID pandemic. There's turmoil around the world. We are doing our best to move
clearly
these issues forward in our department.
Excuse me, Madam Secretary. Are you willing to make some of the, are you willing to change what you're doing and make some of these leases available?
Senator, I am more than happy to, as I said, follow the law, to do the work that we need to do, and we have been doing it. I want to assure you we have been doing this work.
The law provides that there is to be energy development and leasing on federal lands, onshore and offshore. That's what the law provides. Will you make those leases available at a time when our country badly needs it?
Senator, we will continue to do our work just like we have since we came into this office.
Which means you're not making those leases available.
Senator, with respect to specific leases, I'm happy to have my staff reach out to you if that is what you would like the answer to.
Well, I would just submit to you, Madam Secretary, that it's very important at this time that we produce more energy in this country. It's very, there's this inflation, the price of fuel, all these are impacting Americans in a very harsh way, and I would ask that you consider that going forward, and so that we can produce more energy here domestically, rather than trying to get it. I mean, the administration has gone to places like Venezuela to try to get it. That makes no sense. We need to do it here at home, and we need your help to do that on the federal lands.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Hoeven. Before I close this hearing, I would like to say that